Nobody comes into this house without paying the price.
Not here! Not ever!
Welcome, one and all, to week 16 edition of MBL Live, and boy, do we have a great matchup for you tonight. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out here with Project Fat, and today we have the 14-0 Detroit Lions against the 13-1 Dallas Cowboys. In fact, this sort of feels like an edition of the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. What do you think are the keys in this game?
Yeah, and definitely like you said, this is a big-time game this season, but I think it's going to come down to who plays better on defense, and the reason why I say that is simply because you have the Lions, who are probably the best offense in the entire NBL, going against the Dallas Cowboys, who are one of the better defenses in the NBL, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup, so it's going to whoever can win on their side of the ball.
Good point there. We're going to have the Detroit Lions starting out on offense. They take a touchback, the ball come out to the 25-yard line, and we get a chance to see Matt Stafford do his job. Stafford being one of the top quarterbacks in the league this year. He comes out with two wide receivers on his left, one on his right. Jaquiz Rogers in the backfield under center. Stafford dropping back, looking, and goes out to his flat. Eric Ebron, the tight end. Looks like he gets about 8.5 on that one, bringing up a second and short.
And right there is what makes Stafford so great. He's just extremely patient. You know, I think obviously they're wanting to push the ball downfield here, but they're not going to force anything. And that's what Stafford has really been doing all year. He only got 35 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions on the year. So continue to see that, great quarterback play there by Stafford.
Yeah, getting Ebron involved early is going to be big for Stafford. I'm sure Dallas knows how good Golden Tate has been this year, but getting some other wide receivers will be huge. Stafford coming out under center, 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Jaquiz Rogers in the backfield, 2nd and 2 here in the first quarter. Stafford calling out some audibles. Takes the snap, hands it off to Rogers. Rogers running off the right tackle and the inside. Didn't look like he got the first down there. Good penetration early by the Dallas defense.
Yeah, great play there. So here it comes up a 3rd down, but it is a 3rd and short. Very, very manageable for this Detroit Lions offense. They have a lot of different things that they can do here. And one thing to talk about, you talked about the running back there in Jaquiz Rogers. He's the only active running back currently on that roster right now, as they have been plagued by injury at that running back position.
Lions coming out, 2 tight ends on the right. The Cowboys showing blitz. He play action pass, rolling out to his left, and he hit Ebron in the hands, and Ebron drops it. A clear first down that's dropped, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh boy, and that's going to hurt there early on here for this Detroit Lions team. They had the Cowboys on their heels there a little bit, and they pulled the play action off, and Ebron, like you said, big time drop. So interesting to see what Dallas is going to do on their first offensive drive here.
Detroit with a punt, and it spun beautifully inside the 5-yard line. It'll be down at about the 4.5, and we talked about both these teams being so good this year. What do you think is one of the keys for Dallas coming out here on offense, especially after getting a stop against Detroit?
Well, the big thing has been that play of that offensive line. Everyone already knows about how big and how strong those guys are up front, and Ezekiel Elliott's definitely been a big part of this offense. So continue to watch for that here today, and let's see if Detroit can stifle that running game a little bit.
Under center, and the aforementioned Ezekiel Elliott gets the handoff, goes right up the middle for a good 6 yards, and as you just said, the offensive line, they're creating a nice hole for Elliott and gets them a little breathing room.
Yeah, most definitely, and I actually think Detroit got a little bailed out there. It looked like Elliott got stuck behind his offensive lineman, but was able to break free for that 6-yard gain, or 5-yard gain there, it looks like is where they're going to spot it, but definitely a tough position for Dallas to be here right now.
And I think Ezekiel Elliott right there showed what they were looking for when they drafted him out of Ohio State. Got 3 tight ends to the right and 1 motioning to the left. They give it to Elliott again, and some early penetration. A nice play there by Walker in the middle, stopping Elliott for maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage, but a nice play there by the defense.
Yeah, big time there. So now this is going to put Dallas in their first 3rd down here on offense, and I think Detroit is going to come out here and try and confuse the offense a little bit. But this is another interesting position here for both of these teams, man. Both of these teams are playing great, so let's see what Dallas can do here on this 3rd and 4.
Taking the snap out of the shotgun. Romo throwing right, and that is Jason Witten. Witten, a big target. Throws it out to him in the flat. He catches it and runs for the first down. Nice 7-yard play there on third down.
Yeah, and Witten's been doing that for as long as I can remember. Always been that go-to guy there, especially on third down. And as he's continuing to age, he's going to continue to be that clutch guy on third down. Great first down there for the Dallas Cowboys.
Getting an early first down, especially after getting that stop. You think that's a key this for some momentum?
Oh, most definitely. So I think that's going to be a big deal here too, is the turnover battle. Detroit doesn't turn over the ball too often, so we'll see what we can do here.
Romo back to pass, and just like that, another first down. Romo looking like he's in a little rhythm there. Had his receiver on a post one-on-one, and it's Dez Bryant, and you know that when Dez Bryant is on fire, that could be trouble for this Lions team.
For sure, and one thing they did there, Detroit did, they dropped Ansah back into coverage, which is something he's not used to doing, and I think that he was in position there, but being a guy that's not used to being playing, against the pass like that, I don't think he really knew the ball was coming, and Romo was able to zip that ball right past him.
1st and 10, Romo in the I formation, hands it off to Elliott, right side, one man to beat, and a nice open field tackle there by the safety, because if that didn't happen, I think Elliott was probably gone.
Oh boy, yeah, and this so far a great drive here by the Dallas Cowboys. They're definitely mixing it up on offense, keeping it hard for Detroit to find out what's going on so far. But great job here by Dallas. I'm going to continue to see them doing this and just pound this football with Ezekiel Elliott.
I think we're also seeing, as you said, a great exhibition here of why Ezekiel Elliott is one of the best backs in this league. Romo under center, 2 tight ends to the right, 1 wide on each side. Elliott in the backfield. Romo calling out some audibles. Takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking. Pressure comes, but gets the ball off to his underneath check down. And it looks like a first down. We got a flag on the play for an illegal block in the back, and boy, is that penalty killer.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a little bit later on in the play. I don't know what Paul Richardson was doing there. It looked like Ezekiel Elliott was going down either way. So that nullifies that first down play there, and looks like it's going to be 2nd and 4 here once again.
Yeah, you talked about the turnover battle being big, but penalties are one way to kill the momentum for any drive. We're looking here at a 2nd and 4 here with about 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still a scoreless game. Dallas with the ball on their own 42-yard line, putting together a nice little drive here. Romo breaks the huddle, coming out 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Jackson in the backfield. He's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, play action, looking, throws it to a little quick screen to Dez Bryant. Bryant makes a man miss, gets it up to the 49-yard line, and that's a Dallas first down.
Yeah, nice little bubble screen there. Once again, short and sweet. I haven't really seen him go too deep too much. They're taking what the defense has given them so far, and that bubble screen right there to Dez Bryant was big. And another nice first down there after that penalty brought him back. Possibly could have hurt him a little bit, but no panic there in the Dallas Cowboys offense.
Yeah, you talk about not panicking. This is a veteran-laden Dallas Cowboys offensive line and wide receiving core. He comes out 3 tight ends to the left. Romo under center, hands it to Ezekiel Elliott, breaks a tackle. A modest gain there, maybe 3 yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
But once again, yeah, you say a modest 3 yards, but I'm telling you, man, this guy is one broken tackle away from busting a big one. A lot of room behind that safety. Once again, that's not usually the position you want to be in. Your safety 1-on-1 with a big size running back like Elliott. They better be careful. They could find themselves in trouble here pretty soon.
2nd and 7 for the Dallas Cowboys. 2 wide to the left, to the right, in a little tight formation. Elliott in the backfield, shotgun for Romo. Romo surveying the field, takes the snap, and hands it right off to Ezekiel Elliott. And Elliott is stopped quickly. Some nice penetration there by the Dallas defensive line, putting them in a 3rd and 6.
And there's Ansah there, and that's earlier on I mentioned about them dropping him back into coverage, and that's what you want him to do. Come after the quarterback, come after the running back. That's what you pay him the money for, so continue to let him do that. And here's a big 3rd down.
3rd down, Romo in the shotgun, 2 in the backfield, 1 wide to the left, 1 to the right. He throws it over the middle, and look who it is. It's Dez Bryant making a nice catch. Looks like that ball was a little behind him, but a huge 3rd down play to put them on the 31-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, big-time play there. Dez Bryant going back for that ball. Bill and Tony Romo out a little bit. I definitely think he had some room to run after the catch there if he would have let him upfield a little bit. But, once again, another big first down as they continue to move the ball here on this Detroit Lions defense.
Romo comes under center. Elliott in the backfield, 2 wide, 1 to each side. Surveying the field, calling out his calls. And just like that, we're at the end of the first quarter with the score scoreless. 0-0 here. Fat, let me ask you this: does this surprise you? Are you surprised that it's not only a tight game but a scoreless game?
Yes, and the reason I say that is because Detroit did get the ball first, and Detroit has been, like I said earlier, the best offense in the NBL. So I find it hard to believe that Dallas was able to hold them to a 3-and-out. Now, granted, that was because of a big-time Eric Ebron drop on that first third down here, but Dallas continues to move this ball.
Romo comes out, throws a quick screen to the right side, only gets about 1 yard, bringing up a 2nd and 9. And as you said, these are two talented teams, and I think we're going to be looking at the winner of this game is going to be the team that makes the least mistakes.
Yeah, and right now what I think Dallas is trying to do is trying to set up something deep for later on in case they need it. They've already thrown a couple screen passes, a couple runs to Elliott out of the shotgun formation. So I think they're just trying to keep it short right now and set something up later on in the game.
Romo coming out, 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Elliott in the backfield in the shotgun, sending a motion man wide right. And quick timeout there called by Detroit. Looked like they saw something they didn't like from this Dallas offense and were able to get a timeout.
Yeah, and I like that there. That's something that, champions do. They don't just let the play run. They saw something they did not like. They were willing to call a timeout here early on or in the second quarter. They'd rather not give up the big play right now and played some tough defense here.
Great point there, Fat. I think that's one of those plays that, it doesn't show up in the scorebook when a coach calls timeout, but those are the ones that can save something. Romo comes out, 3 tight ends to the right, Elliott in the backfield, got 1 wide receiver on his left. Romo takes the snap and play action to Elliott, and he looks over the middle, and he hits his man. What a nice little throw, tight window there, and he hits him for not only a first down, but it's 1st and goal on the 8-yard line to the big man, Jason Witten.
Yeah, there he is, big Jason Witten once again. Nice play call. They went a little bit deeper downfield there. They were able to open up the middle of the field, maybe from some of the things they did earlier on in this drive. But, huge drive here by Dallas. I'm actually very, very impressed with what they're doing right now.
1st and goal on the 8, and they head to Ezekiel Elliott up the left side. Great blocking, and he hits the hole and into the end zone for a touchdown. It is 6-0 Dallas early.
Well, there you go. That's what Ezekiel Elliott is doing, and they brought the blitz there. They knew the run was coming. They just they guessed the wrong side of the formation that he was going through, and great blocking there by the Dallas Cowboys offensive line as they take the lead 7-0.
7-0 Dallas early. A nice run there, 8-yard run for Ezekiel Elliott, converting the extra point, and Detroit is going to get the ball back here, kicks off deep, and it's going to be down for another touchback. How important do you think this drive is for Detroit answering that touchdown in that long 12-play drive by the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I think it's very important. Now, I think for a lot of teams, it's like a must-score right here, whether it's 7 or 3, it doesn't matter. But, this Lions team, they have a winning pedigree. They have for a long, long time. So even if they don't come out and score, I think they're still in an okay spot until they get down by 2 scores. You might see them worry. But this Lions team, like I said, they've got a winning pedigree. I think they're going to come down here and show Dallas what they're up against the rest of this game.
Stafford under center looking to throw, and he hits Golden Tate on the left side. Tate breaks 2 tackles. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He is at the 10, and he is going to score. Golden Tate showing why he's one of the best in the league, and just like that, we have a quick answer, a 75-yard touchdown pass from Stafford to Tate, and pending the extra point, it is 7-7 in this game.
And a little bit of showboating there, having some fun there, Golden Tate. And like you said, that's why he's the number 1 guy on this team right now. Great catch and run. That's and he almost missed the. He did. Miss the extra point
He
there.
missed it. Oh boy.
My goodness. Well, tough luck there, but that's the thing. Like I said, Detroit will be fine, but big time play there. Very first play after Dallas, drains that defense for 12 plays, almost 6 minutes in that last drive. So great job by Detroit, but Dallas is going to put the defense. They're going to be having the defense right back on the field, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do here.
And that's a broadcasting tip for all you future broadcasters out there. That's why you say pending the extra point. He banked that off the right post, and it didn't go through. So it's a 7-6 game. Dallas with the lead and the ball. Romo coming under center. 2 tight ends to the left, 1 to the right. And Elliott in the backfield with the fullback. He's going to hand it right off to Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, showing some nice strength and agility there, and making a play that looked like it was stopping the backfield for a nice 8-yard run.
Oh boy, and Elliott already has 31 yards on 7 carries in this game. Detroit better figured out that run game here quickly, but like I said, Dallas has been moving their offense around and keeping it keeping Detroit on their toes here all game. So it's going to be tough for them, but I think Detroit's going to come with a big stop here on this drive.
2nd and 2 on the 33-yard line. Romo, two running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, dropping back to pass. It looks like he's thrown out to his outlet, and down the sidelines is Ezekiel Elliott on the right, and he gets all the way down to the 48-yard line, a 15-yard pass. Another check down from Romo. That's a first down, Dallas.
Yeah, it's Romo 7 for 7 as well. Man, this Dallas offense is just clicking right now. Great job there by Elliott. Once again, like I said before, they're just taking what the defense is giving them. Elliott had absolutely nobody covering him, and he was able to pick up a big gain as well as the first down.
Romo under center. Elliott in the backfield. Looks like he's handed off to Elliott, going up the left side. Hits his hole. That hole closed up quickly, though. But a nice little 4-yard gain, 4-yard run there on first down to bring up a 2nd and 6 for Dallas.
Yeah, nice little block in there once again. Not the biggest game, but continues to pound the ball. And you know this defense is tired right now. They just got done giving up a touchdown on a 12-play drive last time, and they got another long drive they're looking at right now. So hopefully Detroit can get it figured out here quick.
Romo under center. Play actions to Ezekiel Elliott, looking to throw, and he has his man. And once again, his man is Dez Bryant coming across on the right side for another Dallas first down.
Man, this offensive line is playing great so far. Giving Romo all the time in the world, and he's picking them apart right now. So let's see. They're inside, I think, field goal range here. So let's see if they try and run the ball here once again with Ezekiel Elliott. Continue to give their big-time running back the ball.
1st and 10 ball on the Detroit 34-yard line. They hand it off to Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott gets a nice little 2-yard gain there. Looked like there was not really a big hole there. A nice adjustment there by the Detroit defense, making sure that Elliott didn't have another big first down run.
Yeah, and as the fullback came across the front of him there to pick up that block on the left side, it looks like that's what slowed Elliott up. But, Detroit bringing the blitz here early and often. So let's see if Dallas can maybe take advantage of that and maybe call some play action that gets into another big touchdown here.
2nd and 8. Romo under center, 2 wide to the left. Elliott in the backfield, ball on the 33-yard line, 2 minutes and 25 seconds and counting here in the first half. Romo dropping back to pass, looking, offensive line, getting a protection. He's going deep to the end zone, and it is broken up. It looked like he might have had a man, but a nice play there by Diggs on the Detroit defense to break up that pass play.
Yeah, most definitely. I was kind of interested to see them go deep there. I know the middle of the field has really been open for him a lot this game, so I was surprised they didn't go back to Dez there as he was running over the middle of the field, but I also like the chance there. Give Richardson, your big speed guy, an opportunity to go up and come down with a big touchdown there.
3rd and 8, Romo back to pass. He passes it to his underneath man. It's Dez Bryant. He's going for the first down, and a nice open field tackle there to stop him from the first down. Looked like he might have had a chance at it, but it will bring up a 4th and 4 here. Dallas surely looking to kick the field goal.
Yeah, big-time tackle there by the Detroit defense, and they're going to hold him to 3 here. And I'm going to say pending because we saw what just happened there on that last extra point there by the Detroit Lions.
Good call there. 7-6 Dallas over Detroit here at the 2-minute warning. Snaps down, ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, it's a 10-6 Dallas lead over Detroit with 1:57. Detroit couldn't get the ball back with an opportunity to put on a 2-minute drill.
Yes, and I think this more important than the last drive. They need to come away with points here because they did receive the first half kickoff. So Dallas will be getting the ball back at half, so it's important that Detroit puts up some points here.
Now, how big do you think it is of Dallas? They're sort of humming right now on offense, but Dez Bryant already has 5 catches. We've seen Jason Witten have a couple catches. How big do you think those big-name wide receivers and tight ends are coming up for the Cowboys in this first half?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, they've come up down with every single catch that ball that Romo's throwing their way. The only incompletion he has right now is that deep pass to Richardson in the end zone that was broken up by the DB. But, they're big-time players, and they're coming up in a big-time moment. This is a huge game for both these guys. This could potentially be the NFC Championship game as well in the playoffs. So I think Dallas can do nothing but good right now.
Stafford in the pistol, looking to throw. He throws it out to the left side, and his main man, Golden Tate, pulls down the catch. Little corner route there, and a nice first down. 1:44 and counting. They're going to have to hurry to get a score, but a nice start to the drive.
Yes, and I'm actually very surprised right now that Detroit is being able to move the ball. They haven't had the ball much. I think that's only their fifth play of this game, but they haven't really run the ball at all, which could come down to hurt them later on. But they're in a position right now where they have to throw. They do have 2 timeouts left, though, so let's see what they do here on this next play.
Stafford in the pistol, Rodgers behind, 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 tight ends, dropping back to pass. A minute 23, he is going deep down the middle, and it is Eric Ebron showing some hops, going out to pluck that ball out of the air, and they're already on the 31-yard line, 1st and 10, a minute and 12 and counting.
I think I heard Ebron saying, please catch this, because I think after that big drop there on 3rd down early on in the game, he needed to come up big for his quarterback, and that's definitely what he did there.
Making a little amends for the mistake earlier. Stafford come out in the shotgun, Rodgers on his left. He's got 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left, dropping back to pass again, and he looks underneath to Jaquiz Rodgers, making a nice catch, trying to get to the sidelines, get out of bounds. Can't do it. He is stopped for a 6-yard gain and a quick timeout. 52 seconds left. Think Detroit can get in the end zone on this drive?
Most definitely, man. I think they've got some momentum going now. I think they just had tough luck on their first drive of the game, like I've already mentioned, with that Ebron drop. But they've got nothing but momentum right now. Golden Tate with that big catch and run early on. And this drive, they're just picking apart these guys. And they know they're coming out to pass the ball, but Dallas can't stop them, as most teams haven't been able to all year. So I definitely expect 7 points here on this drive.
How impressive do you think Matt Stafford has been this year? Not only in this game, but all year, leading this team to a 14-0 record so far.
I mean, ridiculously impressed, just simply because they have had all the running back trouble. They haven't had a running game too much. It's definitely not the worst in the league, but that makes it difficult when your quarterback is doing so well, but he has absolutely nothing else to help him with the run game. It makes it difficult, but he's definitely doing a great job with it.
Stafford under center, back to pass, Jones in motion, and it is Jones catching the ball right over the middle of the field, and they're going to run some hurry-up offense here, down to the 11-yard line, 1st and 10, 41 seconds. Stafford coming under center, changing the play up. He's got 2 wide on the right, 2 on the left. Jaquiz Rodgers in the backfield. He drops to pass, and again another underneath to Martin Jones, and he is stopped short, 1-yard line with 29 seconds left. 2 quick hitters to Jones Jr., and Detroit's in business, 1st and goal here on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, most definitely. And that was close there. I think Marvin Jones might have been able to sneak in. It looked like he was on top of the defender while he was on the ground there. But let's see what they do. 1st and goal, they did use their last time out, so it's going to be important they pay attention to that clock.
And tried and true on the 1-yard line, Matt Stafford uses his big frame. Quarterback sneak there, punches it into the end zone, and it is 12-10 Detroit. And here comes that nasty little extra point they missed. This time, no troubles there. And they have a 13-10 lead here with just under 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
There we go. And like I said, I expected him to come out and get 7 there on that drive. Maybe not in that fashion, but Matthew Stafford doing it once again with his arm, with the little QB sneak. Doesn't matter to him. He'll get his 7 either way.
Yeah, I think Detroit's going to take those points no matter what. Kickoff, finally we see one taken out of the end zone. Not much there, getting up to the 20-yard line. 26 seconds left, 3 timeouts. You think Dallas goes for to try to get into field goal range or get some sort of points out of this?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think they should, but they do get the ball back either way, so I would hate them to turn the ball over and give Detroit a possible field goal right before the end of the half.
Dallas comes out. Romo got 2 wide on the right, 1 on the left, and 2 in the backfield. He drops back to pass. Looks like they're setting up for a screen, and it is well defended there. Allen jumped in the lane. It looked like he almost had the opportunity to pick that, but it looked like the Detroit defense was ready for that halfback screen.
Yeah, and I think with that play there, you're going to see Dallas come out, maybe hand the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott. That probably scared him a little bit. They almost threw that interception right there. So I think smart thing for them, go into halftime down at 3. You get the ball back and don't give yourself a chance to give the ball back to Detroit.
Romo coming out, 2 wide on the left, 1 on the right. Witten on his right side. Got Elliott in the backfield, and just as you said, he hands off to Ezekiel Elliott right up the middle. A nice little hole for 8 yards. The clock is running, and it looks like Dallas is content to go into halftime down 3. Oh, now they're running some hurry up. All right, so Romo in the shotgun, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. It looked like they were going to just be content, maybe trying for a hard count there, and we are going to go to halftime with the score. Detroit 13, Dallas 10. Fat, let me ask you this. What surprised you about that first half?
I don't know what the most surprising thing was. I think at the beginning it was the lack of offense we had from Detroit, but they clearly showed us why the number 1 offense in the NBL with 2 quick scores. But I think Dallas, the way they've been able to mix it up and really stifle the Detroit defense has been impressive to me so far. So let's see what they can do here as they get the ball back to start the second half.
As we see another return there from Dallas out of the end zone, only getting to the 17-yard line. Let me ask you this. With the rule change putting the touchback out to the 25-yard line, do you think that has entice people to take more knees as opposed to trying to run that out of the end zone?
Not if you're Dallas, apparently. That's twice now that they've run the ball out and not gotten to the 25. But I think for the most part it has. But let's see what they do here on this next drive.
Romo throwing a nice little deep pass. Again, as you mentioned, they've softened up the middle. Throws a pass down the middle to the 40-yard line. That's a nice 30-yard gain. And we're looking at a 1st and 10 here. Dallas already moving the ball against this Detroit defense.
Yeah, and that's the only part of the field I've really seen open. I mean, even with the run, they've been able to get outside a little bit more with the run. But even with the run up the middle, man, they have a lot of room. It's very interesting to me. Typically, the Lions are very good about closing down the middle of the field.
Romo under center, 3 tight ends to the left. It looks like he was going to hand that ball off to Ezekiel Elliott, and Greg Hardy breaking up that one in the backfield, and lucky there not to lose the football on that exchange.
Where was the tackle there on that one? Romo kind of left out to dry there. I couldn't really tell if he planned on handing that ball off or the defender just got there too quickly. But big time play there by the Detroit Lions. Let's see what they can if they can come up with a big stop here.
5-yard loss there on 1st down brings up a 2nd and 15 here on the 36-yard line. 13-10 Detroit over Dallas. Dallas with the ball. Romo in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers on his left, motioning 1 out. 1 on his right. Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. He drops back to pass and getting all types of time. Goes deep down the field. And it looked like he had an opportunity to come down with that ball. But a nice defensive play made there. He looked like it was double coverage. Unable to come down with the ball. And it brings up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and I think so far this game, that was probably the worst pass that I've seen Tony Romo make. Not a very good read there. There was 2 guys over the top, and that's not the guy you want to go up against 2 defenders. If it was Bryant, maybe I could see it happening, but not the right guy in that situation.
Romo coming out in the shotgun, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. Romo dropping back to pass. Again, tons of time. Throws it out to the left side. And again, another pass into, it looked like triple coverage there. I don't know what Romo thought he was seeing, but a nice break up there, bringing up a 4th and long.
Yeah, and looks like he's just forcing it. He's keying in on one guy right now, and that's not what you want to do against Detroit. They're punting the ball back here to these guys, and this offense is rolling as they headed into the second half, so let's see if they can keep it going.
And special teams once again coming up big. A nice punt there by Jones, and he was able to spin that ball and pin the Detroit Lions coming out with a 13-10 lead on their own 9-yard line. You think Dallas gets aggressive here on defense and tries to make something happen?
I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna come after Stafford too much. I mean, they might send an extra guy here or there, but I think they know that they don't have to worry about the run game too much. They can kind of sit back, wait for the pass, and try and get the ball away from Stafford.
Stafford hands the ball off to Jaquiz Rodgers, and Rodgers showing off what he's been known for in this league. Some quick feet, cutting it back inside, getting a gain of 9, bringing up a 2nd and 1.
Hey, and there we go. I say it, and I'm proved wrong once again. But nice run there by Rodgers. Picks up 9 on the 1st down.
Under center, Matt Stafford's got 3 tight ends, 1 wide to the left. Dropping back to pass, looking, and throws it underneath to his man, Golden Tate. Again, another nice catch. Nice throw there by Stafford. He knew he had the defender underneath and put the ball where only his receiver could catch it.
Yeah, another close play there, though. The defender was kind of waiting, but Tate did the right thing. He got the ball and went down right away. He wasn't going to do anything crazy, try and run it after the catch. Just wanted the 1st down to keep the chains moving.
Golden Tate already with 3 catches for 100 yards. I'm sure that 75-yard touchdown helped him out. Stafford coming here under center. Rodgers in the backfield, 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Stafford dropping back to pass, looking, and he throws it to Eric Ebron on a little corner route there. And Ebron goes down for a nice little 20-yard gain. Another 1st down. Detroit driving at midfield.
Yeah, I like that there. Looks like the Cowboys got caught in man defense there on that one. And linebacker had his back turned the whole time, and Ebron just cut it outside there to the sideline and was able to get a nice 21-yard, 22-yard gain.
Stafford under center. Tate and Bolden to his left. And he's looking to throw, and he looks that way, and it's Golden Tate again, running across the middle of the field. A nice throw there, and just like that, another 16, 17-yard pass. Detroit's driving. They're on the 33-yard line, looking to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and I hate to, speak a little too early, but it looks like Detroit's getting in their groove. Dallas is in big-time trouble here. They need to do something here on defense. The middle of the field is beginning to open up, and Stafford will pick them apart.
Stafford coming out with 3 wide receivers, and he runs a little misdirection play there with Jaquiz Rogers, cuts it back to the left for a 3-yard gain, bringing up a 2nd and 7. Those are the plays that I think, as we talked about earlier, they don't show up as big on the score sheet, but 3-yard run on first down is pretty big for this offense.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, they know they can pass the ball, but they need to get that run game involved a little bit. Rodgers had a good 9-yard gain a few plays ago and has another good 3-yard pickup there. So they don't want Rodgers to do too much. They just want him to do pick up 4 or 5 yards of carry and help him move this ball downfield.
Stafford under center, run the play action. Marvin Jones coming across on motion, and the play action seemed to have frozen the linebackers on the Dallas defense. Jones wide open on the left side, runs it up to the 13-yard line for another Detroit first down.
I think that was just a defensive miscommunication there because it looked like, once again, they were in man defense. He brought the guy all the way from the right to the left, and there was no communication there, and there was absolutely nobody on the coverage there on that play. Nice big pickup for the first down.
Stafford under center. He brings over Pettigrew in motion, handing it off to Jaquiz Rogers, and he hits a big hole, bringing it down to the 1 yard line, a 12-yard gain.
Another nice pickup. Goes down to the 1-yard line. There for the Lions. So great job there for Detroit as it is a 1st and goal on the 1.
1-yard line here. Stafford under center. Rodgers in the backfield. Burton behind him. Tate on the left. Jones on the right. Stafford changing up the play call. Looking at the defense, making his calls. He's going to hand it off to Jaquiz Rogers, and some penetration there by the Dallas defense, stopping him for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Ooh, big time play. I think Detroit was unsure of what they wanted to do. Then the Dallas Cowboys brought the house. They said, you know what, if you want to throw it here, throw it. We'll give you the points, but they just didn't want to let him run it in. So I'm pretty sure Detroit will throw the ball here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Stafford under center in the I formation. Rodgers, Tate on his left, Jones on his right. Stafford surveying the defense, calling out an audible. So let's see what he is going to do here. 9 seconds of the play clock here in the 3rd quarter. And he's going to hand it off to Jaquiz Rogers, and a huge hole opens up on the left side. Rogers hits it hard for a 2-yard touchdown run for Detroit to go up 19-10 here on the Dallas Cowboys.
Talk about the Red Sea part in there, man. Jaquiz Rogers didn't have to do anything there. He was able to just walk into the end zone for that big-time touchdown. Great drive there once again by Detroit.
Yeah, that hole was big enough I could have gotten through there and scored a touchdown. 20-10 Detroit here in the 3rd quarter, 38 seconds left. Detroit kicking off to Dallas, taking the kickoff about 4 yards deep. He's going to take it out there and do another chance. Gets up to the 23-yard line and is dropped there. What do you think Dallas has to do here? You know, Detroit just scored to go up 10. What do you think Dallas needs to do in order to consider this drive a success?
They need to get Elliott back involved with his drive is what they need to do. Obviously, that last drive, they didn't really have him involved too much, so they need to get him the ball here once again.
Dallas been leaning heavily on the rookie running back Ezekiel Elliott out of Ohio State, and he is showing why they drafted him, putting up some nice numbers tonight. Romo comes out in the shotgun, 3 wide on the left, tight end on the right, Elliott in the backfield. Romo, play clock running down, takes the snap, looking, and he throws it to the right side on an underneath route to Dez Bryant, but nothing there. Well covered by the Detroit defense, and goes for no gain.
Yep, and this is what makes Detroit so good, man, is now they've got that confidence on the offensive side. Now the defense is like, look, man, let's play loose. Let's have some fun here. Let's beat these guys up, and they're being aggressive right now, and that's definitely what you want your defense to do.
Tony Romo comes out under center, 2 wide receivers, and he play action to Ezekiel Elliott, and then just throws it to the aforementioned Elliott out to the left side. Short little 3-yard gain there, cuts it to a 3rd and 7. We're at the end of the 3rd quarter with the Detroit Lions leading the Dallas Cowboys 20-10. 4th quarter, this is where it's time for the Dallas Cowboys to prove whether or not that they can put that first loss onto the Detroit Lions.
Most definitely. And real quick, too, as we head into the 4th quarter, as we come down to the big stretch of this game, make sure you guys check out All Business at web3ks.com. He has all your affordable graphics needs, man. He does some great stuff. He's done a lot of good things for NBL as well. So please make sure you check him out once again, web3ks.com, as we start this 4th quarter off.
Romo looking deep downfield to Dez Bryant, and the play is broken up. So interesting call there, going deep on a 3rd and 7, unable to come up with a catch, and they're going to have to punt here on 4th down 10.
Yeah, and that's something that Dallas has been doing differently this last couple of drives that they've had. They've only had 2 drives in this half. But they're not going over the middle of the field, man. I talked about it early on, and they're not doing that anymore, and they're trying to chuck the ball a little deep too much, and it's coming back to haunt them right now.
Detroit takes the punt, returns it back to the 35-yard line. They have the ball. They're up 10, and they have Matt Stafford. If you're the Detroit Lions, are you feeling pretty comfortable right now?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, you have to. I think right now all they need is points to kind of put this game away. A couple first downs as well. It could probably put this game away. But you got Matthew Stafford. I'd run the ball a couple times here and then maybe make him make a play on third down. But we'll see what they decide to do.
Oh, and just as we talk about how good Matt Stafford is, a mistake is made. Play action and look to throw it underneath to Rodgers. And Feeney jumps the route. A big turnover there, an interception for the Dallas defense. They're going to get the ball on the 31-yard line with an ability to cut into this lead. How big was that interception?
I think it was huge, and I know you said it was a mistake by Stafford, but I just think that was a great play by the defense, man. That linebacker kind of just sat back, and once he saw the pressure get to Stafford, he knew he was going to force a throw, and he was there to pick it off.
Romo dropping back, looking to the outside to Beasley, and a little route to the sideline there, unable to hook up. A nice defensive play there made there by the safety, bringing up a 2nd and 10 here for Dallas.
Yeah, and I don't like what Dallas is doing right now, man. You're a playoff team. You've been great all year, and yes, you're playing against the best team in the NBL, but why are you trying to go deep right now? You still have a ton of time. You have a chance to get back in this game. Just do what you were doing before.
Romo escaping some pressure. Oh, and he makes a nice throw to his check down receiver. Looks like a 2-yard gain on the score sheet. Again, one of those plays that is only going to show up as a 2-yard completion, but that was big for Romo to get out of a play that looked like it was going to be a sack and disaster for this Dallas offense.
Yeah, most definitely. That could have put him at a field goal range, or it obviously made it a much harder field goal either way, but great job by Romo once again, something you see him do a lot of. But a big-time 3rd and 8 here.
Romo coming out I formation, 2 wide receivers. He play action to Elliott, drops back to pass, and he's going to be feeling that one in the morning. He takes a big hit in the backfield, breaking up the pass. It's 4th down, but more importantly, that's the first big shot we've seen Romo take.
Yeah, for sure. The defender got there quickly. They only brought 3 guys on the pressure, which is probably why Romo couldn't get the ball out too quickly. But here comes the field goal here.
Field goal unit comes out, ball down, ball's up, and it is good to cut this lead to a 1-score game. 20-13, 5:15 to go here in the 4th quarter. Good for Dallas right there to get some points off that turnover.
Yeah, most definitely. It's not what obviously I'm sure that they wanted. They would have loved to get 7 there. Who wouldn't? But they pull themselves into one possession here as they give the ball back to Detroit.
Detroit's going to get the ball back. Let's see what Matt Stafford does after throwing the first pick of the game. Comes out under center. Got Jones on his right, Tate on his left. And in the backfield is Rodgers. He's dropping back to pass, and he's throwing it underneath to Marvin Jones Jr. A little route underneath. Check down for 6 yards. We'll bring up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and you haven't heard too much from Marvin Jones today because this could be his time here in the 4th quarter down the stretch. They could kind of lean on him to be Mr. Dependent. Or Mr. Dependable, I'm sorry, and let's see what they do here. All they need to do is pick up a couple first downs. I think they can seal this game.
Stafford coming out in the shotgun with Rodgers in the backfield. Jones on his right, Bolden and Tate on his left. He drops back to pass, and once again thrown underneath to Marvin Jones Jr., who takes a nice little throw underneath, beating the zone, and gets 10 yards there, and a first down for Detroit with the clock running 4:30 to go in the game.
Yeah, and I think most importantly there is it looked like Jones was going to start heading out of bounds, but he stayed in bounds. Is going to keep the clock running, which I think is the most important thing right here if you're the Detroit Lions.
Stafford coming out under center, 2 wide receivers, Rodgers in the backfield, Tate on his left, Jones on his right. He hands it off to Rodgers. Rodgers breaks a tackle in the backfield, going around to the left side, and turned a run from what looked like was going to be a 2-yard loss into a 7-yard gain, bringing up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Rodgers. He hasn't had too many opportunities today, but he's making the most of it. He knows this is a pass-first team, so he just comes in here. He knows what his job is, and he's going to make the best of it. Great run there for Jacques Rodgers once again.
Stafford coming out, 2 wide on his left, 2 on his right. Rodgers in the backfield. He's dropping back to pass, getting a lot of time there from his offensive line. And he throws it over the middle to his tight end, Eric Ebron, coming down. Looks like he's looking to make up for that drop in the first quarter. He has been money the rest of the game.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. Ebron, we can forget about that play early on in the game. He's definitely come up big here for his quarterback, as he's done most of the season. So great job there, picking up another first down and continuing to let this clock tick down.
3 minutes and 21 seconds and counting. Stafford drops back, play action to Rodgers. He's looking over the middle of the field, and he was looking for his man Golden Tate, and is broken up by the defense. Interesting call there, 1st and 10. Do you like them throwing the ball here on 1st down with the lead and with the clock running?
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I think with the play action, if it was a straight pass, probably not so much, but with the play action, definitely keeps Dallas on their toes, and they did bring the pressure there. It was just a great play there by the defender to break up that pass.
Empty backfield for Stafford, 3 wide on his right, 2 on his left. Changing the play as we go. Stafford taking the snap, looking, getting lots of time, and he throws it underneath to Golden Tate, who fights through 2 defenders and is able to push forward for a 1st down. Looked like he might have been stopped there, but Golden Tate showing why he is one of the best in the game right now.
Yeah, if not the best, man. He's a small guy, but he plays so strong. He's big and he's not easy to bring down, as you saw there. And Golden Tate, man, just doing some big-time things here for Detroit, and as he's done all year. But like I said, small guy, but plays with some big-time heart, and Detroit continues to move the ball.
Golden Tate now with over 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns this year. Stafford back to pass, looking to the outside, unable to make the play. Looked like a nice play there by the linebacker guarding the tight end, able to get his hand on the ball and make sure he didn't come down with that. 2nd and 10 on the 33-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go.
Now you asked me earlier if I was okay with them passing the ball, and at this point, I don't think I'm okay with it. They're in field goal range. I think they should give the ball to Rodgers. They stopped the clock there, which is not what you want to do, and this does make it a little bit more difficult of a field goal.
Stafford changing the play. He's got Rodgers in the back. He's got two wide receivers on each side. He hands it off to Rodgers right up the middle, and he gashes this Dallas defense for a big run, 8 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 2, and Dallas is forced to call their first time out of the second half.
Yeah, there you go. And he's 8 carries, 40 yards, and a touchdown this game. Talking about Rodgers, great job there. Another big time run. And if I were them, I would just hand the ball off once again. But what do I know? I don't have any Super Bowls, so I think that they'll run the ball, kick the field goal, and force Dallas to do something.
Stafford coming out in the shotgun with Rodgers. He does hand the ball off. It goes off to the right, and it is going to be close, but I think he got it, and he did. 1st down there on the run. Not only did they get the 1st down, but the clock keeps running here with 2:20 to go in the game.
I think that just about seals it here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've only got 2 timeouts left. They do have the 2-minute warning as well, which I think will go down to the 2-minute warning here before another offensive play is called. But I think they've all about just done everything that they could do. And I think coming out in the second half is what really hurt them. They did not come out with the same intensity as they did in the first half, and it really, really hurt them here in the second half.
2-minute warning, Detroit up 7 here on Dallas with the ball on the Dallas 22-yard line. Rodgers in the backfield, and they're just going to give it to Rodgers again. He goes over, gets to the 20-yard line, a 2-yard gain. Dallas calls their second time out of the half. Let me ask you this, Fat, as we're winding down this game. I know their record shows it, but from what you've seen today, is Detroit the best team? Is Detroit the favorite for the Super Bowl this year?
I'd have to say yes. Right now I think the only team in the NFC that I really saw as being a potential, competitor with them is these Dallas Cowboys, and we've seen Detroit, I don't think, honestly, at their best, handle them pretty easily here. It is only a 7-point game, but I think these are the guys to beat them in the NFC, if anybody, and I don't know if the AFC has the talent to bring these guys down when it comes to the Super Bowl.
Rodgers with a 3-yard run on 2nd down. Dallas forced to use their last timeout. So here we are, a minute 53 left. Detroit with the ball, 3rd and 6. Dallas, no timeouts left. Detroit up 7. Stafford, I formation behind him. They toss it to McCluster. First, we've seen Dexter McCluster in this game. He is stopped in the backfield for a 5-yard loss, but that is less important than the fact that Detroit is right now in field goal range and put them up 2 scores with the clock running here almost with a minute and a half to go.
Yes, most definitely. But we have to remember they did miss PAT earlier on in the game from about this, from closer than this. So we'll see what happens here. Dallas could still, they're going to bring the house, obviously send everybody there. But we'll see what Detroit does. And if they make this field goal, that's the game for Detroit.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing that we've seen not only throughout the year in NBL, it's that it's not over until those clocks hit 3-0. So we'll see if Detroit can make the field goal here and put them up 2 scores. Again, this was a big NFC match here in Week 16. Lining up for the field goal here is Detroit. And the ball is snapped. It's a good hold. It is down. It is up. And it is good. And it is now a 10-point game with 1:07 left. And that pretty much puts this game away, moving Detroit to 15-0.
Yep, most definitely. And the big thing about this, too, is this, I think we mentioned already, the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through Detroit in the playoffs as long as they don't get knocked off early on. But, they just won this game in Dallas. So if Dallas does meet them again in the NFC Championship game, they will have to beat them in Detroit. And I really don't see that happening as this team is not only tough on the road, but even tougher at home.
Yes, this has been quite a game. Detroit showing its prowess. If you like what you see, be sure to check out MaddenBomberLeague.com. We've got some of the best teams in the CFM world here. Romo dropping back, looking like they're not going to go away without a fight. They throw a quick screen pass out to the left side. That is quickly snuffed out by the Detroit defense. Clock running 55 seconds. Dallas looking to put something together here at the end of this game. Romo back in the shotgun. He is looking to pass. He looks to the right side, hits Jason Witten. Looks like he is fighting through some tackles, still showing some fight, not giving up. And a first down here to Dallas with 37 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget this Dallas team is good, man. They're no joke either. So they're definitely not going to give up. But this game's just about over, and it's going to be interesting to see what goes on later with only 1 week left in the regular season.
Romo trying to hit Dez Bryant deep down the field on the left side. Unable to come up with that one, bringing up a 2nd and 10 here, 24 seconds left. That'll bring Dallas back. Detroit's going to stay, going to go up to 15-0. Dallas is going to drop to 13-2 going into Week 17. But I think what we saw today was two teams who were looking for a fight, and I think we saw a great one today.
Most definitely. Dallas came out quick, and we're kind of, I think they surprised. Oh, and there's an interception there as the game is obviously definitely over at this point. And Slay with a little bit of a taunt there at the end and going over the middle of the field. But great game once again by Detroit. They definitely came out in the second half a much better team.
Yeah, that's an interesting move there, showing off a little bit at the end with the game-sealing interception. But Stafford's going to line up in victory formation. Quiets the Dallas crowd a little bit. That's an interesting move there from Matt Stafford. And he's just going to take the knee and run this one out. Detroit, the big 23-13 win over Dallas. Any final thoughts, Matt?
Yeah, I think at this point in time, it's a good time to choose our player of the game here for this NBL Live game here. And I know Stafford played great, but I think the guy that really helped him do it, it's going to have to go to Golden Tate. That huge catch and run after Dallas put together a statement drive was huge for this turnaround here for the Detroit Lions. So I'm going to have to give it to Golden Tate, who had another huge game here today, and I think that is our player of the game.
So just like that, Golden Tate earning his NBL Live Player of the Game award tonight. Again, we thank you all for joining us here on NBL Live for a great NFC matchup. Once again, your final score, Detroit Lions 23, Dallas Cowboys 13, and we will see you all next time here on NBL Live.